All right, guys, welcome back to the branded news session. And in this session, we are going to cover about reconnaissance, how you can approach your target initially. We are going to cover so many things on initial level that is much important for a penetration tester. Okay, so basically, in cybersecurity, reconnaissance refers to the process of gathering information about the about potential target. A net potential target can be a computer system, network, or a website. Basically, we do reconnaissance to identify vulnerabilities and potential points of attack. It's the first step, for a hacker or a security expert tech to understand the target before launching any attack or defense. It is the initial step. You have to gain information as much as you can about your target. The more you have information, the more there is a chance as to break into the network or a website, whatever you call it, or a computer system. So it will be easy for you to hack into it. That's why reconnaissance is always important. So basically, in reconnaissance, we have two main types. The one is passive recon and the one is active recon. The second one is active recon. Now you might be asked that, hey, we just already covered this kind of things, but believe me, this is totally different, and I'm going to change your perspective. So don't worry, we will learn everything from basic to most advanced level. Okay, in passive reconnaissance is a method of gathering information about a target such as website or a network without directly engaging or alerting the target. It involves observing and collecting publicly available data, analyzing it to understand the target, and to understand the target by finding vulnerabilities, configurations. I'm sorry. So okay, so basically, passive reconnaissance is a method of gathering information about a target such as a website or a network without directly engaging or alerting the target. It involves observing and collecting publicly available data. So you will need to use the publicly available data in order to get as much as passively information that you can. So there will be no need to alert the target directly. Analyzing it to understand the target vulnerabilities, configurations. So you will in this phase you will try to understand about, is the target is vulnerable, what kind of vulnerabilities it exists, publicly available vulnerabilities, what kind of configurations they have, and you will try to find out the potential weaknesses into your target, in the target basically. It is like watching and listening from a distance, to learn about someone or something without interacting with them directly. So this is how it works. And we have some basic queries. You can do it with your Linux, like you can hit the whois command. You can to look for the server information, and so much other things. And also we have ns lookup command, we have dig command. So let's explore them one by one. At first, let me check. Okay, so I'll need to open my machine, already open. Okay, so let's go with whois. You can use whois. It is by default install in Kali Linux. Then you can just go with the target domain. For example, try hackme.com, and it will give me all the publicly available information about the try hack me, like the registered country, their code, their contact details, each and everything, from where they belong. So there is so many things that you can just read through it. You can also get information with the help of this whois command if you are initially approaching your target. So you might ended up by finding different kind of information regarding your target. Then we have ns lookup. So ns lookup means name server lookup. You can always use ns lookup command. Try hackme.com. to find out some informations about the target. So you can see this is the domain, the address, and some other information like the server IP address, the server address. So you can basically get some basic information with this. Also you can go with dig command. So you dig try hackme.com. You can go with it. It will also give you some basic information about the server, and basically it involves some basic information. Yeah, so this is how some of the basic command works in passive reconnaissance. After that, we have some important things, like you can use you can use the DNS dumpster, you can use the shodan.io. So let's don't worry, you will get the notes up. Okay, so you can just go with the DNS dumpster, and it is the official website where you can launch the you can just do a DNS recon and research to find look up and DNS record about any target. So if I try hack me, uh, try hackme.com and press enter, it will give me all the available information about the target that is publicly available. So if I zoom it a bit, you can literally see it is giving me some of the if I scroll it down a bit, so basically the MX record, they are using some Google kind of stuff, DNS record, DNS server record, text record, and the host record. You can clearly see we have successfully found some of the subdomains, which is basically remote.tryhackme.com, blog.tryhackme.com, and help.tryhackme.com. And after that, we can actually use these stuff in order to get some more information. Like if you just move your cursor, you can see that find host sharing this IP, and get HTTP header, trace path, search banners, and you can even though use nmap port scan actively from here, which is not recommended at all, but still you can use it. Quick nmap scan, and it will give you the result which for part is open, which is filter, which is close, xyz. So this is how the DNS dumpster work. After this, we have the shodan.io. So you can just go through it. The shodan.io, it have free as well as premium both. So basically it is a search engine for the internet of everything. Okay, means Shodan is world first search engine of internet connected device. Discover how internet intelligence can help you to better decision, to make a better decision. And even though you can look for the different vulnerabilities if you want. So if I type here something, let's say tryhackme.com, you can just go through it, and it will give you all the information about tryhackme.com, which port is open, which is closed, where they are located. Total result they got is basically 3. France, you can see Ireland, and some of the other. So you can just go inside it and look further information about your target. You might ended up by finding some special ports number, or you can find some unique locations or CVEs. Yes, you can basically find them. So after this, you can I have written here some commands for you, and I'll recommend you to do it by yourself. Who is tryhackme.com, I have already done it for you. Similarly, you can look for DNS a record with the help of this command, DNS max record. So these are the some basic commands. You can use it if you want, otherwise you can skip it. After this, we have something important that I really want to discuss with you. So basically, we have no active reconnaissance. In active reconnaissance refers to the process of actively gathering information about the target network or system. It involves direct interaction and scanning attempts to identify open port services and potential vulnerabilities. So literally you will be directly interacting with your target to find out the open ports, services, potential vulnerabilities by scanning them and doing so many things with the target. This detector work helps security expert or a hacker to find vulnerabilities or weaknesses before launching any attack. So this is how it works. After this, we in active recon, you can use a webalizer to grab some information, like it is a Chrome tool. If I visit the Chrome browser, you can just go to the Google and type webalizer, Chrome extension. So you can just go through it and you can just literally add it to your, you can just simply edit from here, and once you edit you will be able to see it like this. Let's say that I have my website, which is basically masoudsec.com, and I'm really interested in to look some basic information about it. So I can always use webalizer, and you can see it clearly told me that hey, it is based on WordPress. So it is a WordPress based website. I'm using WooCommerce, and the version of it, so many and so many things, so basically this is how the webalizer work. So vaporizer also, is a kind of passive reconnaissance. So just don't worry about it. The target will not be alert. You can use ping command to check whether the server is active or dead of your target, like ping google.com. If it is giving you back response, then it means that the server is active and it is good to go to do some further attacks over it. Okay, after this you can use trace route command. The trace route command traces the route taken by the packets from your system to another host. For example, you can just go with trace route, and what I just type trace route, let's say google.com. So yeah, it will give you all the information that is required, that works. You can clearly see how it works. After this, what we gonna do basically, it is the time to do some active reconnaissance stuff. Like we and map always plays so much important role into this kind of work. So you can always use and map network mapper is a powerful and versatile open source tool used for network exploration and security auditing. It is designed to discover host services and vulnerabilities within the computer network, and map employs a variety of scanning techniques to gather information about the target system, such as spot scanning, version detection, OS operating system fingerprinting. It is widely used by the network administrator and the security professionals for both legitimate network management tasks and security assessment. So what we will do here, we will learn some basics command about nmap. You can just type we need a target, let's say ping test php dot wallenweb.com. Yeah, I got the IP address, so I'll copy this IP and we are going to test this. So you can just type nmap and the IP address for the basic scan. It will scan for you. This will perform a basic scan on the target IP to identify open ports and services. After that, we have the second scan, which is basically TCP sync scan. Some people also called it stealth scan. This scan sends TCP sync packets to determine the open ports, often used for stealthy scanning. So you can use the stealthy scanning in order to determine the open ports. So how you can do it? Actually, you can use it nmap ss and then IP address of the target. And you can clearly see that the first scan just give me the result, which told me that, hey, there is only one port open, which is 80 port for websites hypertext transfer protocol. You can see the services as it is showing open. So, and the second one didn't work for us. It told me host seems down if it really up, but blocking us to ping. So basically it is blocking us. That's why you can use always pn if the target is blocking you. Know you how you can use it. You can just type p and n. This is how it works. After this, the target is not going to block you. You can just scan it if you want. Now we have the third scan, which is basically TCP connect scan. This can establish a full TCP scan connection with each port to check the openness. For the openness, so you can check for the open ports with the help of with the help of this TCP connect scan, which is basically nmap space hyphen st. So I'll this always take time. That's why I'll open another terminal and I'll just go with nmap hyphen st and I'll hit the IP address of the target. Remember, if it blocking you, you can always go with the pn. So yeah, this will started giving you the result. Yeah, I think this st is fine. Now we have UDP scan. So basically the scan checks for the open UDP ports, which are we have two type of ports. The one is TCP based ports and the other is UDP based ports. And I'll recommend you to just go to the YouTube and search about OSI model and learn some basic about networking. Yeah, basically these are very basic. So even though you can just let me show you something. You can just go to the chat GPT as always, and you can just type what is the difference between TCP and UDP, and you can ask the first question that what is TCP UDP, then it will give you each and everything. So TCP stand for transmission control protocol and UDP stand for user datagram protocol, are the two transport layers protocol used in computer networks. Here are the main difference. So you can just go through it, or even you can ask the chat GPT about OSI model. You can just Google it and you will get so many things. So here for the UDP scan, you can use nmap -su. So let's open our terminal and you can see that it is taking time. The first one is done and it have literally give me only one open port. So this is how it works. Now this time what I'm gonna do, I'll just replace this SS if I'm not wrong with SU for UDP scan. Yeah, so basically SU, this is how it works if I'm not wrong. Yep. So you can just go with S and U and it will started scanning UDP based port scan for you. After this we have some other commands. I'm not going to do all of them as it is taking so much time. You can do it by yourself. If you want to detect the versions, like if you want to detect the version, this can attempts to determine the version of the services running on the open ports. For example, you have done the port scan and if you are really interested to look for their versions too, that those running ports have services and what kind of versions they have. It might be possible some of them are outdated and vulnerable versions, so you can exploit those vulnerabilities. Here is the thing, And the main thing is you can use it hyphen SV and then the IP address of the target. So the version detection will work like this. After this, we have operating system detection. You can just go with nmap hyphen O and then you can literally give the IP address of the target machine and it will do full scan, try to identify the operating system on the target. After this, if you are interested to do a full range scan, full port scan, for example, there are so many ports and you are interested to do 65,000, you want to scan 65,000 ports, you actually can do it, okay, with the help of this tool. All right, now you are interested to scan the entire ports. For example, there are more than 65,000 ports, so you can actually scan them with the help of this command. Nmap hyphen B and then 1 to 65,000 ports. So you can literally scan all of them and it will look for detail that which port is open and which is closed. Definitely it will take a lot of time. And if you want to do aggressive scan, you can always go with nmap hyphen A. This scan is the basically combination of operating system detection, version detection, script scanning. It will do script scanning for you to look for the vulnerability, trace route to get the comprehensive information. So it is a kind of all in one, but still I have written here some of the other commands for you. And here you will be confused that hey Masood, what does those SS means, SU means, that you have right SV means, O means, and so many things. Remember hyphen SS perform for TCP scan, for the for TCP sync scan, for TCP ports to identify the open ports and the services. Similarly, SU stand for UDP scans to check for the open ports in UDP as well as their services. And SV, with the help of SV, you can detect the versions of you can detect the versions determined. Basically, SV enables version detection to determine services versions running on the open parts, and hyphen O for operating system and all the stuff that I have already tell you about. Now if you want to look for the vulnerabilities, you can literally scan your target with these commands: nmap hyphen SS hyphen SU, and then you can specify the range of the ports, and you can just write hyphen script volan. This what it will do, it will scan all the ports. Once it get the open ports, it will run scripts on the open ports, means it will try to find out different vulnerabilities for you. If it is discover any vulnerability, it will show you on the terminals, and we will use it in future in a practicals, so you will get a good grip over it. And also you can use it with T4 for extra speed, so it will work faster than the above one if you want to make the script faster. And SS always stand for TCP sync scan for open ports, and hyphen S you perform UDP scan for UDP ports, and the rest of the things. Now here we have some common protocols and versions, and let's explore those common protocols and versions one by one. So basically, common protocol and services, you will face them so much time. We have different protocols like FTP, HTTP, IMAP, POP3, SMTP, Telnet, with their own port numbers, like here I have mentioned 21, 80, 143, 110, 25, 23, and their applications for what purpose they are used. Like FTP always used for file transfer, HTTP you can use it for websites, World Wide Web, and the rest of the for emailing. And at the end one, the Telnet, we basically use it for remote access, so you will be able to remotely connect with any machine. Let's explore them. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocols. Its definition is something like this. It is the protocol used for transmitting web pages and data over the internet. It enables communication between web browser and web server, and the default port it used is basically it used the 80 port for HTTP, and for secure connection, which is HTTPS, it can use the 443 and 8080 by default. And after that we have FTP, which is basically file transfer protocol. So you can use it. It is a protocol for transmitting files between computers over the network. So you can send the files over the network using computers. It allow you to upload and download files to and from a remote server. So this is how you can do it. The file transfer protocol, and remember it use 21 port and 20 port for FTP data. Then we have some POP3, SMTP, and you can say IMAP. You can just go through their definitions. They are basically same. Some of their job is to send emails from your email client to the email server. So this is how they basically use it to transfer emails. And the IMAP, which is basically internet message access protocol. It is a protocol of accessing and managing emails directly on the email server. It allows you to view messages without downloading them and keep them synchronized across the devices. And they use some ports like 143 for unencrypted, and for encrypted connection they always use 993. And similarly we have SMTP, which is basically, you can say it is a protocol for sending emails from your email client to the mail server, as I have already told you. And the POP3 is also work in the same way. I have mentioned here some extra protocols that you can just go through them. There is no need to memorize them, but you should must have a basic ability to understand that we can use SSH for remote access and file transfer, and we can use FTP, SMTP, and SMTPS for emailing. Similarly, we can use HTTPS and HTTP for World Wide Web for internet, and we can always use FTP for file transfer, telnet to connect with any computer remotely. So we did a lot of theory. I know. This was something which is important, and we are going to use the entire theory that we have covered in our practical session of this particular topic of Reconnaissance. So we will apply all the practical that we have covered. I'll see you in the Reconnaissance practical tutorial, in which we are going to imply our entire knowledge that we have covered here. So take care.